Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. If you are an artist or a creator or anybody who wants to share something in the internet, I beg you to read this book. Let me tell you something about myself. I don't have any social media. I mean, I do have the account, but I'm not active on it. And that kind of person is talking like this to the camera and uploading on YouTube with no consideration of what people might think. And all of this is possible because I read this book before I started the YouTube channel. And I'll share a couple of things that I learned from this book, and that might help you be comfortable sharing your work. I always had this thought, like, who am I to be on camera and talk? Like, why do I have to do this? I mean, I have a fork. Look at this. I have a fork. I have a mic attached to my fork, and I'm talking like this. Who's gonna watch my videos? Who's gonna care? Nobody's gonna care, of course. I was terrified that people would think I'm an arrogant guy trying to act like he has it all figured out on YouTube. For example, before I uploaded my last video on time management, I had this thought. I really had this thought. Who am I to talk about time management? Am I a CEO of $1 trillion company? And am I a productivity expert trying to teach people how to manage their time? I'm neither. I'm not even a CEO of any company, and I'm not an expert, of course. But if there is a 17-year-old somewhere in the world, at some part of the world, and he watches my videos and learns one thing and passes his exam, that's a win for me. Some time ago, I tried to build an app that I constantly promote in my videos, and then I came across many problems while building that app, right? Of course, I won't build it smoothly. I went to YouTube to look for tutorials. There were many tutorials, some by experts, some by people who just started out. And I went through so many of them, but then I found out there was one guy with roughly 10 subscribers and roughly 10 videos on like all of his videos. And the way he was teaching was way better than the experts on YouTube. And he was also struggling. He was also not writing perfect codes. He was using AI and using people from Upwork, hiring people from Upwork, and building that app. And he documented his entire process from the scratch all the way to publishing an app. And that helped me way more than the experts did. So my friend, if you're watching this YouTube channel, which is very unlikely, please comment below. I want to watch more of your videos. And you viewer who are watching this for fun, you can also share something, because you don't have to be an expert. You share anything, someone might find it helpful and they might learn from you. Now the rest of the video is for those who want to start a YouTube channel. I'm not giving you advice, I'm just sharing the things that I learned from this book. So the first big lesson is not to be a human spam. It's very tempting to go for views and share the link to everybody we know, but that only gives you eyeballs, and you want hearts. Being proud of your work is different from spamming. Yeah, being proud and sharing your work to people who might find the content useful is one thing, but then spamming your link to everybody else in your contact is not a great thing. Yeah, so to summarize, you want hearts, not eyeballs. The second lesson, learn to take a punch. My channel is really small right now, roughly 100 subscribers, and most of the people I share my channel with have been very supportive and amazing. But I still meet some people who are, let's say, sarcastic. And even when my channel is this small, I meet sarcastic people. It used to bother me, but I'm slowly learning to take the punch. And if you put yourself out there in front of people, you will obviously pay some price, and we'll see if this price is worth paying. The vampire test. Austin mentions the vampire test in his book. While this is not directly related to starting a YouTube channel, it is surely a good thing to know. He shares that Pablo Picasso was notorious for sucking the energy out of the people he met. His granddaughter said that Pablo Picasso would squeeze people like one of his tubes of oil paints. So you would have a great time hanging out with Picasso, but once you leave the presence, you would feel very exhausted. And Picasso would use all the energy he sucked out of you and channel that into his paintings. I don't know how scientific this is, but this is what he shares. And most people tolerated with this, but there was a Romanian-born sculptor whose name was, I'm reading the script, Konstantin Brancusi. And he recognized the vampire nature of Picasso, and he refused to have anything to do with him. So do you gain energy or do you lose energy by spending time with people? That's a good way to decide who to let in or let out of your life. You don't just have to limit this to people. This rule can be limited to things you do. If you do things that drains energy out of you, you probably shouldn't be doing it. Another concept I learned from this book is the difference between stock and flow. So when we think about content, I mean, we don't think about content. Content is content. What do we think about it? So content are mainly two types, flow and stock. Flow is the fast stuff. The feeds, your stories, they disappear quickly. They let people know that you exist, but nothing much. And stock is the big stuff that you plan for it. The projects, the codes, the blog posts that you write, they are stock. And you can turn your flow into stock. So stock is basically a combination of flows, or you can directly make stock out of scratch. And currently I'm making a stock because it's a long form content. But if I decide to compile this and make a longer form content, then this would be a flow. Yeah, this book is amazing. If you're an artist, creator, or anyone who wants to share things on YouTube, I beg you to read this book. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.